Good afternoon from wherever you're watching us. This is Younib TV News at 1 with me, Rachael Akinyi. And in our today's stories, we will be informing you on matters politics all the way to matters county. And among our top stories today, the Kenya Revenue Authority, in partnership with COMESA, has initiated the pilot implementation of electronic certificates of origin. We will be telling you this and more, but first things first, let's take a look at stories making headlines.
Tayari party zile ziko willing, there are 8. Tunataka sikue mingi, tusaini mkataba kwamba hatutapigana. So that kama Kisi na Nyamira iko strong na UPA, why should a friendly party feed a competing candidate?
Like some of the Kenyans who went to neighboring country, I want to assure you that the Foreign Affairs Ministry is handling those issues, and everybody will be accounted for. It's the duty of the government of Kenya to protect its citizens in any part of the
image of this party to another level. We are going to deal squarely with the issue of corruption that has us and terribly ruined this country.
Now to our first story. President William Ruto has announced that 500 athletes will be recruited into the discipline forces to enhance their training and develop their skills. President Ruto clarified that this initiative will assist Kenya in establishing itself as a dominant force in various sports. The president made these comments while hosting the World Athletics Championship 2025 Tokyo team for breakfast at State House in Nairobi. It is important to note that this follows the team's remarkable performance during the Tokyo Sport Games, the Olympics, where the women's team secured the majority of medals in comparison to the men's team.
This time we came back home with 7 gold medals and silver medals and bronze medals. It's amazing as women. We came back home with 6 gold medals and 1 gold medal from men's side. So men, you have to pull your socks up.
In recognition of your heroic efforts, a total of Kenya shillings 27 million has already been disbursed to the medalists. 3 million for each gold medalist, 2 million for each silver, and 1 million for each bronze medalist, in line with my directive when you left here. I have discussed with our discipline forces or services, discipline services, both our KDF and our National Police Service, and we have agreed that a total of 500 sportsmen will be hired into our discipline services.
The Kenya Revenue Authority, in partnership with the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, has initiated the pilot implementation of electronic certificates of origin. This initiative is designed to facilitate regional trade. The system will automate the issuance and verification of certificates, thereby reducing paperwork and expediting processes times for exporters. Officials indicate that the new platform will lower costs and accelerate access for Kenyan businesses to regional markets, while also improving the efficiency of cross-border trade and aligning with global best practices.
It will be easier for exporters or even importers for the verification of the certificates, because This electronic certificate of origin is with regard to preferential trade, which means that where countries have agreed to have preferential terms of trading, and they have a preferential agreement. So there are terms that they have agreed to, for example, either reduced taxes or gradually reducing taxes.
There have also been cases of fraud, which have been reported. Even environmentally, because of the paperless use of the certificates, it's environmentally friendly, but also important that it confers trust among different economic agents across the countries, whether the revenue authorities or even the policemen, all that across, that there is a trust in that certificate.
And now, the arrest and detention of Kenyan activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo in Kampala, Uganda, in a strongly articulated letter addressed to the Ugandan High Commission in Nairobi, the Law Society of Kenya, Amnesty International Kenya, and Vocal Africa are insisting on the immediate release and safe return of the two individuals. Furthermore, these organizations have called for a comprehensive investigation into the abduction, emphasizing the necessity for accountability for those responsible. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has verified that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is actively involved in addressing the matter.
We call for the release of our comrades, and they should come cross-border while they are still healthy. We do not want excuses. And from here, we are going to organize and give our governments, that is East African governments, 12-hour ultimatum to release Bob and Nicholas Oyo.
The circumstances surrounding the abduction raise serious concerns about safety of Kenyan citizens in Uganda and the potential collaboration between the Kenya and Ugandan governments.
Political opponents must not be harassed, tortured, or imprisoned for speaking out. We reject tyranny and we embrace the spirit of unity.
Like some of the Kenyans who went to neighboring country, I want to assure you that the Foreign Affairs Ministry is handling those issues, and everybody will be accounted for. It's the duty of the government of Kenya to protect its citizens in any part of the world.
Kuna Prime Cabinet Secretary hapa. Kuna Wakenya ambao wameshikwa huko Uganda. Tukimaliza hii burial, tunaambia Mheshimiwa Mudavadi apigie Museveni simu watoe hao Wakenya ambao wameshikwa.
Now to matters politics. Several opposition parties have united and endorsed an agreement that will allow them to establish a second opposition coalition. This coalition will present former Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i as their presidential candidate for the forthcoming 2027 elections. Spearheaded by Jubilee and UPA, they are presently in the concluding phases of finalizing the agreement and engaging in discussion with other opposition leaders, including Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Eugene Wamalwa.
One party chaweza kushinda uchaguzi. Kwa hivyo kwenda mbele, tuko open kuungana na party zingine. Sile siko nafikira kama sisi.
And Your Excellency, we have to be very candid and ask our colleagues in the competition, who we are calling the United Opposition. They cannot dictate Dr. Fred Matiang'i how he's going to operate, who he will associate with, and how he will behave in the political arena. Therefore, we must be given the respect that we deserve. Mheshimiwa Gachagua met Matiang'i in the US. He said there will be a formula to be used to identify the candidate for the United Opposition. At that time, if we go only by arithmetics of where we come from, definitely Dr. Matiang'i will lose. However, we have crafted a solution that puts every Kenya on the table. And therefore you are seeing us already, all the Secretary Generals for the 7 parties I spoke about. That's PNU, the chairman of the BAS, that's Jubilee, ourselves, UPA, KNC, and Kenya Social Congress are already drafting an MOU, which we hope in the next 14 to 30 days we'll have agreed on.
Tayari party zile ziko willing, there are 8. Tunataka sikue mingi, tusaini mkataba kwamba hatutapigana. So that kama Kisi na Nyamira iko strong na UPA, why should a friendly party feed a competing candidate?
I am very confident that we're going to win Banisa City. because the state machineries will not elect. The person who elect is a community, whose their voice and their hope has been ejected here in Nairobi. Those people are ready to express their will.
We'll be taking a short break right here on Younib TV News at 1. Stay tuned.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back. Now, still on matters politics, former Chief Justice David Maraga has become a member of the United Green Movement Party, which is a new contender for the presidency in 2027 under the same banner. Maraga, who was introduced in Nairobi as the party leader and flag bearer, stated that he selected UGM due to its principle and pledged to base his leadership on the rule of law and constitutionalism. He mentioned that he will travel across the country to promote the party and promise to reform governance to serve all Kenyans, highlighting the failures of the current systems.
The image of this party to another level. We are going to deal squarely with the issue of corruption. That has us and terribly ruined this country. We are going to give the necessary political will to fight it. We believe in teamwork, but we work with people who share our ideologies. Those who share our ideologies, we have two major issues to deal with: constitutionalism and the rule of law.
Now, the government of Kiambu County has refuted the claims made by the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union, which state that at least 136 infants have perished in the county due to the ongoing doctor strike. According to data from Kiambu County, covering the period from May to August, Kiambu Level 5 Hospital reported 53 neonatal deaths. This presents a discrepancy with the figure provided by KMPDU, which indicate that 68 babies died between May and August.
Any doubt, we have not had 136 babies dying in Kiambu in the recent month. More so, I would also want to say that outcome data for children and for healthcare is most of the time processed in ratios per 1,000 deliveries for children. And those patients, when they come, as critical as they are, their deaths will be reported here. That data you picked off the wall also includes patients who were born dead, where the hospital could know nothing about it. Okay, those were not living patients. That data you've picked also includes patients who were born before their survival date. Our survival date here is 21 weeks. Anybody born before 21 weeks, most probably in this system of healthcare in this country, will not survive. When you combine all those critical issues, you get the data that you have.
In Meru, photographers, videographers, and other creative professionals organized protest in response to a rise in studio break-ins, alleging that the police and the Directorate of Criminal Investigation have not taken effective action. The group indicated that over 5 studios have been burglarized in recent months by the same individuals, with thieves focusing on high-value equipment, including cameras, lenses, studio lighting, and editing computers. They caution that these ongoing incidents are severely damaging the local creative sector and resulting in unemployment for many young individuals.
Mimi studio yangu ilivunjwa 2022 nikikumbuka vizuri, mwezi wa 3. Kuna client alikuja, kuna mtu alikuja kama client akaniuliza, mnapiga picha aje, mnalipisha aje na mount je? Nikamwambia kila kitu. Kumbe sikujua anatupangia kutuvunjia studio hiyo siku. Nikampea the information, nikamwambia time yenye tunafungua na services zetu vile ziko. So sisi tukafunga masaa yetu kama kawaida, tukaenda nyumbani. Tumezoea kufungua masaa yetu ya asubuhi, tukakuja tukafungua. Kufungua, mlango lijifungua yenyewe. Kuangalia ndani, hatuna vitu, hatuna kitu hata moja, wametuharibia, wameskata kila kitu all over, na wakaenda na cameras, wakaenda na MacBook, na lenses, vitu mingi za pesa mingi. Tulitoka hapo, tukaenda police station, tukaenda tukaandikisha, tukatoka na police kama 2 3 pale, tukapanda studio pale, tukaenda wakachukua fingerprint, wakatuambia sasa wataangalia hiyo maneno yetu. Sasa kwenda kuuliza hii kesi yetu imefika wapi. Wakatuambia bado investigation inafanywa. Hadi wa leo hakuna kitu tushaiambiwa. No justice. Na tumechoka. Asante. Sawa.
We are gathered because of the growing concern that is threatening creativity industry in Meru area. Over the few months, several studios, including photography and video studios, have fallen victim to very worrying trade. Thieves pretending to be genuine clients are walking into our studios claiming they need services. In reality, they are studying our spaces, identifying our equipment, and later returning with duplicate and master keys. Their main target have been our cameras and equipment that are only not expensive but also backbone of our work. This is not just theft of property; it is theft of livelihood. Many young people in Meru depend on these studios for their daily bread. By losing our cameras, tools of trade, our businesses are paralyzed, and jobs are lost, and clients are left stranded. I want to make this clear. We have captured some of these criminals on CCTV, and we have evidence. We, the creative community, therefore, we are calling for Meru Police Service to act urgently and arrest the criminals.
And that story from Meru brings us to the end of our 1 p.m. bulletin right here at Younib News at 1. My name is Rachael Akinyi. Have a lovely and a fruitful afternoon.